Hi, I'm going to describe a learning resource to help our business development team become more media literate. So the learner in this are members of the business development team. These people are technically savvy. They are not developers, programmers, but they need to work with partners and they need to be able to explain the technology of our company, which I'm calling Media Company, to these partners and how to implement it. They will be working to create new features with the partners, and they need to be able to negotiate on these features, knowing what we offer and what we don't offer. So the training itself that I'm preparing is modular, it's self-serve, it's multimedia, and we're going to be using we're going to be providing feedback via an assessment. So this is a kind of standard learning mode that you would find on a CMS, and I'll show you how that works. This slide here just summarizes the content. So we're going to be looking at uploading and managing assets, transformations, delivering assets globally, techniques for collaborating, and working with large video. So these are some complex and sometimes difficult to set up types of work. We're going to try to make that easier. This slide shows you, you can see this kind of GIF, the pages, the kind of steps that you would go through in an individual module. So there's going to be 7 modules. They're sequenced and chunked, and that's because we're going to be building as we go through the learning. And each module is sort of a small part of the bigger picture, and when you've done them all, you can do them. But I want them to be able to go back also and redo modules for reference, so they can access them at any time. It'll be templated, so that way once you do one module, you kind of get the swing of how it works, and it should be easier, kind of cued in by color, by the fact that the templates for each of the modules are the same. So there'll be a use case with video dialogue, an exercise, and assessment. And I have a sample here of how this would work. If I run this, you can see that they would sign in. They could start with the uploading module. They'll get objectives, and then they could go to the use case. Then the use case, they get kind of a conceptual description, and then there's going to be a video. And this video really doesn't represent what it will be. What it will be is 2 people talking, so that there's sort of a dialogue, and there's a learning about how to talk about this technology. Then the exercise, they will be able to do some work in the exercise that will show that they have mastered this, or maybe they'll explain something. And then there's a quiz that they take, they submit it, and they get some feedback. They can redo it as many times as they want, and they can come back to it after the fact. So they could go home. So going back to the slides, the multimedia use case instruction is this is a very important part of it, because basically these are communicators, these learners. They're adults, they're self-motivated, and they can't always do things, their time availability means that having it on the web and even mobile is going to be really important. This slide just summarizes that templating idea and the chunking, so that we have the modules are laid out and they're kind of in order to help, so that the learning makes sense and they can build on each other. Then the activities will follow this template. So you'll start with use cases, you'll do an exercise, a quiz, and get feedback. All right, thank you.